The sacrifice demanded by their transgression revealed to Adam and Eve the sacred character of the law of God, and they saw as they had never seen before the guilt of sin and its dire results. In their remorse and anguish, they pleaded that the penalty might not fall upon him whose love had been the source of all their joy. Rather, let it descend upon them and their posterity. They were told that since the law of Jehovah is the foundation of his government in heaven as well as upon the earth, even the life of an angel could not be accepted as a sacrifice for its transgression. Not one of its precepts could be abrogated or changed to meet man in his fallen condition, but the Son of God, who had created man, could make an atonement for him. As Adam's transgression had brought wretchedness and death, so the sacrifice of Christ would bring life and immortality. Not only man, but the earth had by sin come under the power of the wicked one, and was to be restored by the plan of redemption. At his creation, Adam was placed in dominion over the earth, but by yielding to temptation, he was brought under the power of Satan. Of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage. 2 Peter 2, verse 19. When man became Satan's captive, the dominion which he held passed to his conqueror. Thus Satan became the god of this world. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 4. He had usurped that dominion over the earth which had been originally given to Adam. But Christ, by his sacrifice paying the penalty of sin, would not only redeem man, but recover the dominion which he had forfeited. All that was lost by the first Adam will be restored by the second. Says the prophet, O tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion. Micah 4, verse 8. And the Apostle Paul points forward to the redemption of the purchased possession. Ephesians 1, verse 14. God created the earth to be the abode of holy, happy beings. The Lord formed the earth and made it. He hath established it. He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. Isaiah 45, verse 18. That purpose will be fulfilled when, renewed by the power of God, and freed from sin and sorrow, it shall become the eternal abode of the redeemed. The righteous shall inherit the land, and dwell therein forever, and there shall be no more curse, but the throne of God and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. Psalm 37, verse 29, Revelation 22, verse 3.